Denley hits 100 as the runs flow in Hampshire. Hampshire had the best of day one at the Ageas Bowl as Felix Organ scored a maiden first-class century as he shared a 166-run partnership with Riley Russo. Organ was out the ball after reaching the milestone, however, as Kent fought back with the ball to stay in contention before Hampshire closed on 340 for 6. Lewis McManus picked up where he'd left off the night before as he advanced the score with a series of early boundaries in the early part of the morning. McManus and Barker had already put on 50 in the morning, and McManus was on the cusp of his own 50 when he had a nibble at a wide one from Darren Stevens. And with his next ball, the veteran pinned Abbott in front as Kent fought back. Mason Crane survived the hat-trick ball, but he was gone in Stevens' next over as he too fell LBW to complete a second consecutive fifer for the veteran all-rounder. Keith Barker counter-attacked to take Hampshire beyond the 400 mark, and they decided to have a mini-session bowling at the Kent openers, declaring on 409 for 9. But that move didn't immediately pay off for stand-in Hampshire skipper Kyle Abbott, as Kent were relatively untroubled in scoring a couple of boundaries and reaching the interval on 14 without loss. And the Kent openers continued their solid start as they reached 34 without loss early in the afternoon. But Kyle Abbott was able to nip one back and trap Dixon LBW in front. Joe Denley came out to join the debutant Jordan Cox, and Denley picked up a couple of boundaries as Kent moved past 50. Keith Barker produced a booming in-swinger from around the wicket to remove Cox via an inside edge. Denley was joined by Bell Drummond, and the fours came thick and fast for both batsmen, with Bell Drummond moving it better than a runner ball as the partnership advanced quickly. And they motored past the 50 partnership as the Hampshire attack struggled to stem the flow of runs, before Denley moved to his own half-century not long before tea, and further boundaries saw Kent reach the interval on 158 for 2, having put on a hefty 144 runs in the session. Bell Drummond moved quickly to 50 after the tea interval thanks to 2 fours in an over off Kyle Abbott. And the boundaries continued to arrive for Denley as he moved into the 80s and Kent passed the 200 mark. Joe Denley moved to his second championship century of the season soon after at a good rate off 144 balls. Denley clattered Edwards for a maximum before fours off consecutive Edwards deliveries saw Bell Drummond move into the 90s. But Edwards got his revenge from the very next ball when he bowled Bell Drummond with a beauty for 94. The run rate slowed slightly with that wicket, but Newman Kuhn was still able to put away the bad balls. The close came with Kent in an excellent position at 319 for 3, 90 behind but with 7 wickets still in hand. But with the pitch looking an excellent one for batting, it will take something special in the next 2 days to force a result.